Major Glenn Ignazio. He's a retired Air Force Special Operations Commander with us now to talk about that. Major, how are you, sir?
Hey, doing great. How about yourself?
Good to talk to you. So China's licking their chops right now, right? They're loving all the chaos, not only of COVID, of course, but all the chaos of this, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's showing that we really don't have our things together. We don't seem organized, and we don't seem to be executing anything very well.
Immediately, they came out and talked about Taiwan. Help people understand
hmm
Taiwan because we're going to know about it soon.
Yeah, I mean, Taiwan has, of course, been a country that's separated out of China, and China for many years has been creeping into the South China Sea. They've made some artificial islands and put airstrips and military bases on there, and really crept into that area. And what they have always wanted to do is take Taiwan back and say it's ours. And by being distracted in Afghanistan, even in our doctrine and the way that we run military operations, we've been working with, sort of sanctuary kind of operations where we can launch our aircraft from safe bases and safe areas. If they make a move on Taiwan, it's going to be very different to basically respond to them because of, again, we've been doing a counterterrorism mission for 20 years. Our forces are distributed, across a long, large area. And the other thing is with this administration, I don't think they have the backbone to take a stand against it. It'd be the
Yeah.
best time administration is for China to take Taiwan.
No, it's the capability, but also the will, maybe even a bigger issue.
Yeah,
Um, the we heard some I don't want to call them excuses, but we heard some things earlier about how in Afghanistan we took away their air support. The Afghan military's air support used to be in the Air Force. What do you know about that? How important is that? And did that even happen?
well, I mean, a lot of our operations we ran out of. We have, of course, our operations in Kabul, but when we pulled out of the airstrip a month ago, we pretty much pulled everything overnight, and they woke up in the morning and we were gone. Right, so that sort of set the premise of how we were doing operations in Afghanistan.
Mm.
And the interesting part is, we had offensive operations where we had special forces actually calling in airstrikes with, with the aircraft, with our Reapers, which are our drones. And since we've sort of pulled back from that offensive operation and purely defensive and trying to evacuate right now, we really don't have air power to drop weapons and take out particular targets. That'd be very offensive in nature, and because everything is really pulled into the Karzai airport there, the collateral damage would be huge. So it's hard to have that kind of air power to support operations when we're in what we would call a NEO, a non-combatant evacuation operation. We're trying to get people out.
Mm.
So, we dominate the sky. They don't have any aircraft to shoot us down, but we really can't call in any kind of artillery to back up anybody on the ground as well. Too dangerous.
Brutal. What we talked a lot on the show today about how the Taliban just has all of our stuff now, right? And they're taunting us with all of our equipment that they have. And I've seen pictures of these guys next to like Black Hawk helicopters and jets and stuff like that. Can they fly those things? Do they know how to use those, or do they just have them, or what are they going to do with this air equipment?
Well, they could fly it once, and then it won't work anymore after they fly it into the ground.
Yeah.
But nobody's particularly trained, or if it is, it's very rare. They're not trained as a force to have air assets or anything like that. So that's always been one of the cases. So the idea that you're going to find all these weapons and platforms on the black market, absolutely. The thing that really concerns a lot of us is the high tech equipment. We've always dominated the night for night combat operations, no matter where we were. And there's a lot of night vision gear that has been left behind. I've seen stacks of it on some of the images across the news, and any other stuff for biometric or data that's been left behind on computer systems. But the night vision gear is something that really is on our minds, and you will find this stuff on the black market and being utilized. So some of those great attributes we had of fighting at night is going to be gained by our adversaries.
That must be infuriating to you, no?
It's infuriating, and it's also pretty scary. I mean, like I said, we dominate the night. We our aircraft, our AC-130s, they bring the rain at night. Scares the Taliban. It's one of the most dangerous aircraft. Taliban is petrified of it. And now with night vision, they can see what's going on. They can see the infrared lasers that are used. It is a scary device to have in the hands of an adversary because that's one of the things that we use to really dominate the night operations and warfare.
That is brutal. We got 30 seconds. How is China going to operate now moving forward in Afghanistan?
In Afghanistan, well, you see the Chinese and the Russian embassies seem to still be open. The best thing I could see is working whatever they can for Taliban to work any kind of peace and definitely get natural resources and basically set up a nice strategic spot right there. And why not? We're pulling out, we're closing our embassy, and we have no relations in there once we extract from that place, hopefully soon. And they're just going to take it back. That's what I would do.
Retired Air Force Special Operations Commander Glenn Ignazio. Major, let's talk again, sir. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Take care of our troops out there and keep them safe and happy with Afghanistan. And we'll see you.